This is the American Dream, Dustin Rhodes, son of a plumber, daddy, and you're listening to the Bob Culture Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very big episode. Yeah, round of applause, please, of the BCP. This is a guy, Brother Nunez, that we've had our eye on for a long time. Hell of a story arc with Kasey Catal in Synergy Wrestling. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen him at Synergy Wrestling, Beyond Wrestling, Wrestlepro, even Impact Wrestling. He is the man, the myth, the legend himself, former Synergy Cruiserweight Crown Champion, former Wrestlepro Trios Champion. Please welcome to the show, Mr. TJ Crawford. TJ, what up, bro? How are you, man?
What's going on, guys? Thank you for having me on.
Of course. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I dig the Bulls sweatshirt. Is Jordan like your all-time favorite?
Derrick Rose and Ben Gordon.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, nice.
I got the Zach LaVine, the
Nice.
City Edition jerseys, so I got that for Christmas, so I had to flex on everybody real quick.
Dig it, man. That's awesome. Yeah,
He's super underrated.
Yeah,
Nobody
for sure.
talks about how
Love
good
Zach
Zach LaVine is.
LaVine. I think the Bulls have a really good like young group right now, so it's gonna take a couple of years to get the footwork there. But I think in a few years they'll be in the playoffs pretty consistently.
Absolutely, man. And you're a Chicago guy, I think, residing in Jersey. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I see. Are you rocking the Yankees or the Mets? What are you rocking?
I'm rocking a Mets hat. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so my dad's side of the family's from Jersey, and I was originally born in Jersey, so I'm a Giants fan and a Mets fan, and then I'm a Bulls fan and a Blackhawks fan.
Oh,
okay.
That's really cool.
Okay,
man.
okay.
So here, I know we're starting with the hard-hitting questions here, but I just wanted to ask you this one out of the gate, because they say the best pizza on earth is Jersey, New York, or Chicago. Now, I feel like if anyone would know the answer, it would be Mr. TJ Crawford. Where is the best pizza, bro?
Well, personally, I go to Riccobenni's on 26th Street, and everybody always gets mad. You gotta stop saying the name. They're not like paying you to say the name. Like, I'll put over Riccobenni's on 26th Street any day of the week. Hey.
Wait, is that New York or is that Chicago?
Chicago.
It's Chicago.
Really? Okay. We'll keep that in mind.
Right down the street from my house. So we used to go there like almost every day. We would go eat there. We knew everybody who worked there. We knew the people who owned the place. So we used to get discounts on everything. So in my opinion, it's the best pizza, and it got the best breaded steak sandwich breaded steak and the buffalo chicken sandwich.
Ooh,
awesome, man, dude. I'm starting to drool over here already, man. But yeah, dude, thank you for answering that, man. Because I always, I went out to Chicago the one time. I had to try the deep dish. I prefer a little bit more of the thin crust, but the deep dish was really good.
I'm actually not a fan of the deep dish.
Okay.
Like, it's not really my thing, and that's why I like the place Riccobenni's, because they have deep dish, but like it's a lot of their thin crust pizza and like their pan pizza that's really, really good.
Take it. All right, good to know, man. All right, I'll jot that one down. We always write down all like the good like Philly cheesesteak spots and the good pizza spots. So when we're back in Chicago, for sure, man, when the world's a little bit more back to normal. And speaking of which, man, 2020 has been a trip for everybody, man. More importantly, how are you? How's your family? You staying safe out there, man? Yeah,
everybody's doing good. Like I said, before we got on the air, I just came back from Chicago. I always visit family for the holidays. So everybody's doing good there. My dad really hasn't left the house since February. Pretty much neither of my parents have. But man, everybody's doing good. I've been fortunate enough to be healthy. I got hardwood floor, so I'm gonna just knock on that.
There you go.
And so everybody's staying healthy. I'm staying healthy, and I'm looking forward to Synergy on Saturday. Since we're gonna talk about that anyway, I might as well plug it.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's good to hear, man. And speaking of which, you talk about the Synergy show 1221 coming up this Saturday. Tickets are still available. You can also watch on IWTV. Shameless promo. But TJ, I got to tell you, man, 2020 has been a tough year for everybody. And first name drop, like I always do. We do a lot of name drops here, so I apologize in advance. Tommy Dreamer came on the show. He said the world came to a stop, but pro wrestling kept going. And you have had one of the arguably best story arcs, I think, with Kasey Catal. I even think there's a little bit of respect there. Correct me if I'm wrong. What does it mean to you to be part of that huge story arc, or that huge feud, I should say, with Kasey Catal and Synergy?
Man, so it's so weird, because I feel like it might not have gone so well if it wasn't for the pandemic. I feel like because we had those few months off, it really it got everybody wanting to see the match, and then Kasey gets sick, so she can't make the match. Pretty much every opportunity we had to wrestle each other just got taken away from us for the entire year, and we didn't get a chance to do it until Black Friday, pretty much a whole year from when the Cruiserweight tournament was announced. So like, it's weird that like I feel like it's very what I'm looking for,
like full circle kind of.
I feel like it's very rare that like in independent wrestling you get a full year-long story.
Yeah.
And I was very proud that we were able to do that and able to kind of keep people invested for pretty much an entire year.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was awesome. And let's talk about the match itself. Arguably, again, a match of the year contender for myself, dude.
One of the best matches I've ever seen live.
Yeah, for sure, man. Hands down. And we're not just blowing you up because you're on the show, man. It was great. I feel like you guys just went for it, like all out, like no restrict. Yeah, exactly, man. What was the philosophy going into that one?
Man, it was so originally I wanted to go crazy around the entire building and completely just murder each other, but certain restrictions we can only play with what we have. But I thought I was really proud of what we were able to put together. Sad that I lost my crown, but very proud of the match. And I think me and Kasey, like as much as I don't like that she has been the forefront of the Cruiserweight division, even though I was the champion, I thought we gave the fans exactly what they needed to end the year at Synergy.
Absolutely, man. So many great spots in that match. That Canadian Destroyer off the top through the door. You were working with some broken chairs, man, but you go right to the next thing. It made it work, bro. That was fantastic.
Work with what you got.
Yeah, man.
That's what we had, so.
But show stealer for sure, man. And I did want to ask you this one, man. Hell of a match. You posted on Twitter not too long ago. I still need to watch some of them. But you're here, man. You know, obviously you're the villain in the story, and you know sometimes to the victor go the spoils, man. But again, hell of a match, man. You've been killing it, and you posted some of your kind of best of on Twitter, which I thought was really cool. And we saw Chris Statlander, again, former guest of the show, most interesting interview, like we always have. Heal up fast, Chris. We love you. Can't wait to see you back. But that match, bro, I mean, that was a banger between you and her. Like, I like that fast pace back and forth. The storytelling, man. Tell us a little bit about working with Chris Statlander and some other favorite matches. I want to watch the one with Bowens next.
Oh, yeah. The 30-minute match with Bowens was, just watch that and then we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But man, the match with Kristen was really, really fun. I was super nervous going into that because that was my first time working for Beyond Wrestling. Obviously, they're the premier independent company, especially in the Northeast. So it was my first opportunity to kind of branch out into that IWTV crowd. I never really did any live streams. Like none of the shows that I did really had live streams on IWTV. So that was kind of one of the first ones to get that audience to see me. And I wish it could have gone a little bit better.
Oh, really?
You know, that's just me critiquing myself. But I thought the match was really fun. Kristen is incredible to work with. Like, so much fun, incredibly talented. I wish her the best in her recovery. I know she's probably going to be coming back pretty soon. So let's keep our fingers crossed for Kristen. But it was also kind of cool that we got to do Cab New York versus Cab New Jersey, and we didn't even really get to bill it as that, which I wish we would have, but it's whatever. Maybe even we can revisit it someday down the line.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was fantastic, and you talk about it a little bit, but Creative Pro, man. I believe you're a Creative Pro guy. Tell us what it was like working with, again, former shameless plug, Pat Buck, man, who's killing it right now. I've seen a lot of great products coming out of there and working with him and the likes of Kurt Hawkins. Tell us what that means to you.
Yeah, so man, I really wish I would have gotten trained by Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins.
Okay.
Or I only did a few classes with him when I would go up to the New York school once in a while. It was Pat Buck, Mario Baccara, and Dan Moff and Kevin Matthews who trained me from scratch. Those are the four guys that were the head trainers at the Creative Pro New Jersey school. And especially guys like Mario and Moff really kind of shaped me as a wrestler. They gave me Pat gave us all the technique and all that, and then Moff and Mario kind of instilled the toughness and the intensity in me. So I give all those guys so much credit for everything they've done, because you see on AEW and you see everywhere that Creative Pro is kind of taking over the wrestling world right now.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Dig it.
It's only a matter of time before you see more Creative Pro talent.
I like what you're saying. Nooner, what do you got for me, bro?
So, we talk about your match of the year candidate. We talk about, the matches with Statlander and Kasey Catal. What are your goals moving forward? Like, do you want to go to an AEW or NXT or WWE? Like, be more successful on the independents? Like, what are your goals moving forward?
Man, it's so weird to say exactly what I want to do because whatever door kind of opens up,
Gotcha.
But if I had to set a goal for myself right now, it would be to get to the Los Angeles New Japan dojo. Yeah, it's a huge dream of mine to wrestle for New Japan. So I would love for an opportunity to get over there. Even if I can't get over to Japan quite yet, I'd love to get over to Los Angeles and do some of the New Japan Strong that they do every Friday and stuff like that. So that because I really like that Japanese style of wrestling. So
Yeah, that's a great answer. I see it too, man. That's awesome. But and again, like arguably, you kind of mentioned it earlier. We are seeing a lot of that Creative Pro product on AEW Dark. We're seeing people we've had on the show 1 year ago, 2 years ago, popping up on AEW. They have their eyes on the Northeast right now. A lot of the ladies from Goddesses, Mission Pro. We've seen obviously from Texas and stuff like that. So I love the opportunity, man. And you have, like they always say, I don't know what it is, but you have it, man. That's why you're here. We always like to see everyone live before we have them on the show, man. So you're killing it right now. And let's do a little shameless promo right here. We have that match coming up Saturday against another fantastic match from Black Friday featuring Ellis Taylor, who, again, we're like, this is the opener?
Yeah.
Like, that was another crazy match. So I'm stoked for this one. I saw your tweet earlier today. Again, a little respect for Ellis going into this one. I don't know if there's going to be as much respect once the match gets going, but what are your thoughts going into this one?
Oh man, like I said, Ellis has been on a roll lately at Synergy and kind of all over right now. He gave me a taste of my own medicine at Synergy's third birthday when I wrestled Mason. I kicked him low at the Garden State Invitational, and he came back and kicked me low right back. So I'm not going to say I'm going to kick him low again, but, like, if the opportunity arises, I'm probably going to do it. And I would expect him to do the same thing. You know, it's you gotta do whatever you got to do to win. And right now, my main goal is to get back to the top of Synergy.
Love that.
I'm at the bottom again. I got to start from scratch. I got to beat Ellis on Saturday to get back to reclaim my status as one of the top guys at Synergy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if beats me on Saturday, who knows where I go from here?
Absolutely, man. And no, like, stranger to adversity, in your story again. And let me know if I'm pulling the curtain back too much here, but we saw you at Wrestlepro. Was it over the summer coming out? I think you were either going for the silver championship at the time against, what was it, Donovan? I'm trying to remember.
I was supposed to wrestle Bowens in
Bowen.
August.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, Bowens for the gold, championship. And obviously we saw the injury to the arm. I think McIntosh took your spot. Isn't that right? I'm trying to remember how that went down. Yeah, okay. But yes, LSG, they used to spade. That's what it was, man. So many shows, and that's a good problem to have, man. But then I saw you obviously going into Synergy with that, and obviously you worked your way into that triple threat that seemed to be very respectful. Then you come in with the bat at the end. Did you actually have some injuries or some bumps in the road along the way? Yeah,
I actually had a really bad. I couldn't say it was bad. It was like a minor contusion on my shoulder. Had really, like, the lump was really, really big. I think I separated it, but when I went to the doctors, they said that it was fine, and I would need to take about a month and a half off. So yeah, but if you would have seen my shoulder at the time, like, there was a bump like probably that big on it. But yeah, luckily it was nothing serious, and I took the month and a half off, and I was able to I was good to go. But the show where I hit Kasey with the bat, I was not medically cleared to wrestle.
Okay.
So I wasn't, like I said, I still wanted to win, but I didn't want to.
You walked out with the crown, man. You walked out with the crown, so there you go.
I kind of feel bad that I hit her with a bat. I should hear with something else, maybe.
It's a sentence you would only hear in a wrestling interview. I feel bad I hit her with a bat, man. And, we've seen you, on both sides of it. Obviously Beach Bums. We've seen Wrestlepro stuff, seen some of your matches. Do you kind of like being, more on the crowd's favorite side, or like now more recently, like you have Colin comparing you to like King Tomlin from Game of Thrones, man? Do you have a preference, or what do you like?
I think it just depends on the match, or like whatever the story we're trying to tell, and stuff like that. Like with Kasey, it was perfect that I the villain for this story. And then I wrestle Anthony Bowens, and it's like, well, I don't know, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Like, he just looks like he wants to like beat the shit out of Bowens. Like, he don't look like he cares about anything else except just whooping this motherfucker's ass.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
That's awesome, man. And I wanted to ask you, I'm getting my feet wet in the commentary booth a little bit. I'm very appreciative of all like the wrestling we've had this year, all the opportunities we've been given, man. Even talking to you, man, this is really like a treat, especially in 2020 world. You mentioned kind of going back and watching your stuff. Sometimes I hate going back and, editing my stuff or watching myself, especially with commentary, just getting my feet wet. Playing the drums at Synergy, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I don't want to watch it. Do you do a lot of?
I think I told you that. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man. It was.
I'm a huge metalhead, so like that was really cool.
My guy, thank you, man. Well, maybe one day we'll do it for you for sure, man. But that was just the appetizer, man. You were definitely the main course that night. Now, do you go back and like critique your stuff and watch your stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I always go back and watch my matches. I try to do it as soon as possible. This way, everything's kind of fresh in my brain, and I'll watch it with a bunch of different people to kind of get the, like, because I might see something, but somebody else might see something else that I don't really point out, something good, something bad. So I kind of just, I'll watch my match for like the first week after I've had it. Like I'll watch it almost every day for a week, but I'll watch it with somebody different each day. This way I can get different feedback from different people.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And, again, not to ask the cliche questions, but we love the origin stories here, man. How'd you get into the business? How'd you get linked up with Creative Pro? And who are your guys?
So I'll start off with who my guys are.
Okay.
Or who my guys were when I was growing up watching wrestling. In no order, I'm not going to say this isn't going to be in order because I think it's impossible.
That's fair.
Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, Edge, and CM Punk.
Nice.
Those are my top two, right?
They were big Jeff Hardy guys. His favorite's Mysterio.
Yeah, that's the reason I started watching, man. Dream interview there one day for sure. That's awesome. Have you got a chance to meet any of them? What's that?
Said Mr. Kennedy and MVP on the side.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Mr. Kennedy there. I like that.
Okay.
MVP, literally the MVP of Monday Night Raw in 2020 for sure.
Now, have you gotten to meet any of them?
Yeah.
I mean, having Chicago roots, have you met Punk or?
I never got to meet Punk, but my cousin Corey went to a Comic-Con signing, and it was probably maybe a month or two before I started wrestling, and he told him, oh, my cousin's gonna start wrestling, blah blah blah. So he wrote down on one of his 8x10s, like good luck in your journey.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So I still have that back home in Chicago, which I think that's really really cool. And I got to meet Jeff Hardy. I think it was the first ever. No, it was probably like 8 months into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the Beach Bumps' first matches. And it's a show at the Roy Rec Center that the Hardys were on in the main event. So I got to meet Jeff and Matt at that show. I think that was the only time I ever got to be on a show with them, or at least meet in the same locker room as them. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's great, man.
8 months into wrestling, I was like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. I'm trying to be oh, sir, very nice to meet you, and
it's hard not to. Yeah, I get what you're saying though, but you're at work.
I'd be a lot more cool with them, but
yeah,
back then I was like, oh man, I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way.
No, man. And And I mean this in the most respectful way. Like, you know, we were fans. Now we're a little bit more behind the curtain. Now we're doing a lot of the journalism and stuff. Like, we're that way with you guys too. Like, even with you, man, meeting you, it's just like we want to be respectful. And at the same time, we're like, yo, you're the dude. But, you know, like we want to be very respectful. And I think we try to toe that line because I think it is important to not necessarily be a mark, but to be a fan because we're all very passionate about it, you know? So that's great. Now, what's the, we still got you? Okay, we're still good. What's the dream match? Is it like the Jeff Hardys of the world? Is it the Rey Mysterio? You could go Legend. What's the dream match?
I'm going dream match like all time. Probably like I think Edge or Punk would probably be like dream match for me. I just like the style of wrestling that they do. Is that very like I think that would mesh well with the style of wrestling that I do. A dream match that actually almost happened for me was me versus Petey Williams.
Really?
Wow, that would have been
It was
great.
supposed to happen actually the same day that the Cruiserweight Crown match was supposed to happen back in March. I think it was March 28th, like earlier this year or so. I was supposed to wrestle Petey Williams in the opener at Wrestlepro and then shoot down to Synergy and wrestle for the crown.
Yeah, a lot of people like we have on this year got a lot taken away from them, you know, this year. It's so sad, man. But again, I'm again so very thankful for the opportunity, you know, to even get involved with Synergy, to go to my first Synergy show this year and see just this phenomenal roster that Colin has. And Colin is not, I don't want to say picky because that sounds wrong. He is very selective with his talent, and it makes particular, and it makes for an amazing product every time. Like, what does it mean to you to be part of the select, you know, the very few selected to be on that roster?
It's really cool, man. Because like when I first started wrestling is when Synergy was kind of first starting out. I remember for the first like 2 years of my wrestling career, I would message Colin like almost like every other month, every like couple months, like, hey man, you know, here's some updated footage of the Beach Bums. If you got a spot for us, cool, like let me know. Never get a message back. It's always like the typical, you know, when a spot opens up, I'll let you know. Just like the normal wrestling promoter talk. And then after I'd broken away from the Beach Bums, I think it was probably like a couple months after the fact, he reaches out to me that a spot opens up to wrestle Matt McIntosh, who's one of the guys who kind of helped train me at Creative Pro. So I immediately jumped at the opportunity, and I guess to say the rest is history because I've been on almost, I think, every single Synergy show since.
Wow. And that speaks volumes. And two things I'll say out of the gate. Matt McIntosh, criminally underrated on the independents, criminally underrated. He should be in the PWI 500 every year. Just saying that, man, along with you as well, sir. And then you saying that you're bugging Colin, because we have so many people that come on the show and are like, I want to be on Synergy. Like, I want to be part of Synergy. Like, I've been bugging Colin. So now you're giving them like that hope, you know? But that's awesome. Nunez, what do you got for me, bro?
So we're looking in the background. We see you got the Xbox going. Are you a big gamer? Do you rock any retro stuff? You kind of just do the current stuff? Like what?
I'm just kind of like, I'm not a huge gamer. I just kind of like to play. Like I was playing NBA 2K21, and that's
you just got it for PS4.
Just picked it up, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't played it yet, but any good?
Good so far? Last night, so. Yeah, it's really like I only really play that, and like if like whatever the new WWE game is that comes out, like obviously I didn't get it this year because I don't think there was one. But yeah, I mostly just play NBA and use it to watch Netflix and Hulu and all that.
But I got a good little rapid fire round for you if that's cool. Okay. Basically, I'm just gonna say a name, and just give me like a sentence or two. You know what comes to mind when I say these names. All right.
All right.
Colin West.
Great guy, incredible promoter. Proud to call him a friend.
Kasey Catal.
Trash.
It sounds disrespectful, but that's like her shtick. Yeah, I can't call her that. Yeah. We love Kasey. Ellis Taylor.
I want to say loser because I want him to lose on Saturday, but
nice.
No, Here, I'll say something quick. The match that we had at the Garden State Invitational exceeded, I think, everybody's expectations. And large part of that was Ellis stepped his shit up. As long as I step my shit up. And Saturday, we're both going to step our shit up again.
Yeah, love that. Hungry. These guys are hungry.
Brandon Kirk.
Fucking scumbag. Next.
Wow, there it is. Last one. Our dude, man, our number one since day one. # blessed, Mr. Kasey Navarro.
No, I'm just kidding. I really like Kasey.
We're getting ready for it.
Yeah,
we're getting ready.
No, I really like Kasey. He actually gave me a ride to the last Synergy show. So thank you, Kasey, for that. But yeah, man. What's he like? 20? He's 21 now. Yeah, he's
21. Yeah.
All right. So he's not as young as I for some reason still thought he was only 19.
Yeah, I thought he was a teenager still. I didn't realize he turned 21 already.
When I wrestled him, I had said something about him being 19. He's like, I'm 21. And then we got to the back, and I was like, are you really 21? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I thought you were still 19.
Well, bright futures for both you guys, man,
definitely.
and a lot of success, obviously, early on in both your careers, man, and continued going forward. So we always ask this to everyone we have on the show, man, before we get out of here. What advice would you have for someone that's trying to get to that next level or even get over with the fans or even get heat from the fans?
Just be yourself at the end of the day. Like, that was the biggest thing that I think helped me. You guys know for the first 2 years of my career, I was doing the beach bum thing. Yeah. That wasn't me. And it showed, and people who knew me knew that it wasn't me, and I wasn't putting myself into it. It wasn't until recently until I've decided that I'm just going to take myself and just ramp it up to 11. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, oh well, this is who I am. If people don't like it, then screw them.
There you go, man. Yeah. Short and sweet. I like that, man. And TJ, I want to be respectful of your time, man. Thank you so much for doing this. This is long overdue, man. But before we get out of here, we're all about that shameless promo here on the BCP, man. You got any merch or 8x10s? Because now that we've had you on the show, we want to support you. Buy an 8x10 to hang on the old Bob Cave wall over there. And where can fans follow you on social media as well?
So you can buy any of my t-shirts at prowrestlingtees.com/overtime TJ Crawford. 8x10s, man, just go on like my Instagram and just like pick any picture you guys want, send it to me, and I'll just print it out into an 8x10.
My man, okay.
I don't like having just like set pictures because like it might not be what somebody likes. Like I'd much rather just whatever picture you like, let's make that into an 8x10. Let's print it out for you. Like
I like that. Okay. Yeah, a little custom.
That's a good idea. Okay,
awesome, man. And then the socials again.
And the socials are Instagram and Twitter at TJC Wrestling. If there's any promoters out there watching, for booking information, TJCWrestling33@gmail.com.
Do it. Yeah, book this, man.
Book this, man.
Oh, we got some people we'll be talking to after this for sure, man. And seriously, TJ, thank you so much for doing this, man. Long overdue. Stay safe out there in your travels. When we see the Bulls, I'm a Nets guy, but I'll be happy when the Bulls win.
That's my number two. So
my guy, yeah.
Okay, all right.
My dude, awesome, man. But thanks so much again, and continued success moving forward, my man.
Happy holidays.
Hey, guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. And like we always say here on the BCP, everyone, stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We're out. Peace.